A scene, no. But that's the part of, you have to, the words that came out of your mouth came out of your mouth. Like, I never understand when people want to make someone else responsible for their action. Like, I hate when people say, you made me do it, or they made me. Go to court and try that mess. No, it's called accomplice, conspiracy, whatever. But no one made you do anything. They knew what buttons to push, and they knew what triggered you. But that was your point. You know, that's your. You have to work on that. You got to figure out what makes you respond. I have buttons. I mean, I'm who I am. I'm my daddy's daughter. Here, that's the other side of it. So I do have buttons, and I don't like to be bullied. And I feel like if someone's bullying me, I do maybe over respond or hyper respond, and I have to figure that out. Like, I have to learn how to calm that part of me down. So, but no one made me do it. You know, you antagonized me, but I got antagonized. But the next person may not be antagonized by what antagonizes me. I'm responsible for my own actions. I promise you, when I go to court, they're gonna say the same thing.
Right. Like, you should have just chose better for yourself.
Well, she told me, she was calling me names, and she was in my face. Were your legs working? Did you want to walk away? If she chased you down and grabbed you and turned you around, that's a whole different situation.
Right.
But someone just yelling words at you, then walk away. Close your ears, leave. And yeah, so thank you, God, for me not rolling around for real in the mud physically on TV, because that would have been terrible for my medical career. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad that you didn't have to experience that, because there are so many people that go on reality shows, and like you stated, it completely ruins them.
Because they know it. So that's what you have to be aware of. The people who are chosen for reality television, be completely aware of the fact that they were cast for a reason, that the production companies and everything knew, oh, they got triggers, and they will, if pushed, they will push back. That's who mostly they choose. They choose people on purpose. So that's why a lot of times they'll have like a record or a mugshot or something, because they already know that if prompted, you will indeed respond or hyper respond. So that is great fodder, because, you know, it's a hot box, and it's kind of like, you got to be careful. I remember when I was in college, I had a roommate, and my roommate was like a lot, right? And I remember thinking, man, I ain't never ever felt like this antagonized in my life. And so what did I have to do? I had to pay my own money to move, because it was not gonna be pretty. And that's what happened. I mean, I had a person who knew what buttons to push, but for some reason I just got antagonized. So not that they've been the same person they've always been, but our personalities just didn't mesh. And so it's kind of smart for them to put a lot of people's personalities, who are all probably type A's and strong personalities, because you know conflict's it's gonna naturally happen. Yeah. They trained or worked really hard for certain degrees or careers, and then they blew up their whole reputation for that career. And I was like, oh my God, why would you ever do that? Why would you ever put the thing that made you marketable at risk for 1 year's salary? Like, that's literally crazy to me.
Is it because of the storyline that they wanted them to do?
No, well, I think, no, I'm saying the part of the story. So people also use that term storyline. I think that is the biggest misnomer, and it's just crazy. Two things that drive me nuts when people say the producers made me do it, because production never makes you do anything.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
That's the biggest lie that's ever been told. I found that the stuff that happened on our show in particular was that people wanted to stay relevant. So they were they're the ones who propelled that machine. Like, somebody may tell you something, but the reason that they do it is because they want to keep their job. And so they become more acutely aware of how replaceable they are, and they become almost these caricatures of themselves. And so when they say someone made me do it, no, you just wanted to stay on TV. and not to put, that's not a problem. This is also a job.
But just be honest about it.
But don't blame it on anyone, because no one, as actually a part of, like, I think for a lot of people, for contention, is a lot of times the producers wouldn't even be in the room with you when you're filming. They're way somewhere in another room watching you on a monitor. So how could they make you do something? They made you throw a drink. They made you say some terrible stuff about somebody. They made you repeat a rumor. No, nobody made you